Hey guys, it's Manda here, and we're back with the Endgame builds for another Fatalis weapon, the Greatsword. In this video, we're going to be showing quite a few Endgame builds, and they're all for different usage depending on your gameplay style. These builds are made without considering any limitations of duels so that you can aim for them in the long run. Maybe only around 10 to 20% of the player base of Monster Hunter World can make this right now. The budget builds will be coming soon, and we are working on it as we speak. For all the builds, we'll be using the Black Fatalis Blade, which is like most other Fatalis weapon, high in raw damage, has negative affinity, and dragon element. Before we go into the builds, let's talk a bit about some skills. Focus. Focus is a skill that has been debatable on Greatsword build, mainly because it is somewhat a personal preference skill. Some might feel it's not that worth a skill to waste 3 dual slots on, since the decrease of charge time is by milliseconds and not a large difference. But since Iceborne monsters are fast on their feet, these milliseconds are useful to help you not hit the air all the time. So we do recommend Focus 3, but if you prefer a focusless build, you could replace them. Maximum Might. This is another personal preference skill based on how you play Greatsword. Some might prefer Maximum Might in Greatsword builds since most Greatsword attacks do not eat up stamina except only for the shoulder tackle or if you're doing mounts. Others who uses shoulder tackle often for dodging rolls or attacks may not like a Maximum Might build. We have both types of builds here for your preference as well. Now to the builds. The first build we have here is a full DPS build with the highest EFR. This is made for people who are incredibly good with Greatsword and does not need much defense or utility. Evade Window 3 is the only utility skill here that would help you dodge attacks more easily. The intro clip is made using this build and by replacing one attack dual with Fortitude and Evasion Mental activated. This build uses Resentment to boost the base damage of the weapon. If you attack with your weapon, Safi set bonus will leave you with the red portion of your health bar, which activates Resentment. This build has 105% affinity if you tenderize and when the monster is agitated. For augmentations, we went for 2 attack and 1 element or defense. You could also go for 1 attack and 1 health recovery, but note that by doing so, you might not be able to activate Resentment as often, since you will be healing with each hit. Instead, you can go for level 3 health boost by replacing the 3 level 1 attack duals, which could give you survivability. If you really want Focus 3, replace Phoenix Evasion with Charger Evasion. Note that, since we are using Safi set, health is depleted for every attack you do, including tenderizing. The second build has an EFR close to the first one and is also full DPS build without focus and with Maximum Might. This build is for those who prefers a focusless build. The build has a 100% affinity. If you want to customize, you can change the secondary skills of the duals, Mighty Protection, and Phoenix Medicine. You can also replace Sheath Attack if you're not a fan of Quick Sheath. And for augmentations, it's 1 attack and 1 health. The third build has Maximum Might, which needs you to have full stamina to get 40% affinity. Note that rolling, shoulder tackles, and mounts will consume your stamina, where you will lose that 40% affinity, but your true shot slash will always be critical. This build is the exact same build as the previous build, except that we traded the Phoenix Medicine duals for the Charger Medicine and replaced the Sheath Attack for Phoenix Evasion. Doing so would give us Attack Boost 6, Focus 3, and Quick Sheath 2, and the EFR would decrease. We've chosen to replace 1 attack boost for 1 coalescence since it gives us more attack after bites and statuses compared to attack boost. However, this is also your preference. You could also choose not to swap them out. And you could change Charger Medicine Dual to either Charger Evasion for Evasion level 5 or Charger Maintenance for 2 Specialist 3. The fourth build is for those who do not prefer using maximum might. This is the most comfortable build as you do not need to maintain stamina, but there is a 5% chance that your true charge slash will not be a critical hit, since this build has 95% affinity. If you want to customize this build, you can change Handicraft plus 4 Dual to something slash Handicraft Dual. And if you're not a fan of Quick Sheath, you can swap out the Sheath Attack Dual for other skills as well. The fifth build is made for those who are learning Greatsword and do not like it when monsters roar, and True Charge slash gets cancelled. You can do a shoulder tackle to avoid that, but given mastering monsters, after shoulder tackle you might not be able to accurately hit True Charge slash as they will move away. This build has a 100% affinity. The last build is for people who do not want to tenderize and find tenderizing a chore. This is a build made for comfort for you to just enjoy and chill while farming without giving a. Note that tenderizing will increase the damage regardless of your 100% affinity. If you tenderize, your damage on Valkana's head broken will be 2192, where if you don't tenderize and hit the same part, you will do less damage because the part is not wounded. If you want to customize, 1 attack plus dual can be swapped to Phoenix Medicine. The level 1 attack on hands can be swapped with Geology or Fortitude. If you want both Geology and Fortitude, then replace 1 attack plus dual with Fortitude attack, and replace 1 level 1 attack with Geology. We will release budget endgame builds soon and we're working on it as we speak, so stay tuned for that. Alright, that's all we have for you today. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.